Hello and welcome to another ARK Let's Play video. Today we're going to be doing the Lower South Cave Run, which is the artifact of the Hunter. So this is the coordinates that I have for it. It did take me a little bit to find it just because of where the location was, and but once you get there it's kind of easy because it just opens up and it's well hidden. So just as a heads up. So again, this is the location on the map, and I do have the GPS to show you roughly where it's at, but you can always look online if you need to see it. So one thing that I want to show you on my bar is that these are all the items that I'm taking with me. I do have some medical brews, some of the my stew and everything, and this is some of the recommended items that I took from the ARK wiki online. Again, in the previous video I did mention that you're more than welcome to actually, go through that wiki and find the recommended items. You don't have to use all of them, because I didn't do that here. But at the same time, if you want to be more prepared, then, kudos to you, you're more than welcome to. So, I do have some tips that I did with this cave. I did end up already clearing it, so there's not as many dinosaurs in here to attack me or anything like that. This cave I did not use any types of mounts or any tame dinosaurs. I found that this cave wasn't as hard as the other ones. It's really a really easy one. I mean, you do, if you want to have spare armor, just because the centipedes, they do tend to break your armor. But this first part goes by really fast, and it's easy to get lost sometimes if you don't know where you're going. Alright, so the first tip I want to show you is that I actually have the awesome spyglass enabled, as you can see on the left hand side. Now, sometimes with the way the lighting works, it made it hard for me to see where the dinosaurs were, especially if they were in the mesh. So actually having that amazing spyglass on, I was able to see the outline for it. However, I do know that some servers have this turned off and you can't see, but like right there, I wouldn't have been able to see anything if I would have to be close enough to see it. Well, this is definitely stuck in the mesh, but you can see that red outline right there. And I'm just still trying to get at it just in case on my way back I don't want to forget about it and disappear. I do prefer the shotgun in this cave run because it does have a wider range, and it is a master crafted item. Everything else is not as great damage wise. Another thing I wanted to mention is that going to the left, actually, it's a shortcut, just because on the other side of this, you could go straight to the artifact. Now, I do have to go all the way around, so, because there's no way to come back up from this side. However, I find it easier to just stand on this ledge and feel what's down there. And then kind of, really, how do I say this? Nothing really spawns from this here to that side that when I first did it, clearing it, and then again clearing it the second time. However, you know, each server is different. Like this is a single player mode that we are on at the moment, and it could be a little bit different than what official and unofficial or just depends on the settings that it has. But again, like I mentioned, this is the fastest way to go to the artifact. However, I think if you have grappling hooks, you may be able to get up from this side. I don't have them just because, one, I do want the experience of finishing off the rest of the dinos coming around back to the beginning. However, if you just want to skip that part, then that's fine. You can just go straight to the left, kill them off this ledge, get the artifact, make sure you have grappling hooks, come back, and you know, kind of go from there and finish the cave really quickly. But I found that, especially with caves, if you take the endurance brew, that just gives you a lot of XP. Some people do this cave with mounts. I've done it with mounts myself, but I prefer just to do it this way because I had already cleared it with mounts before. And like I said, this is just a showing. And you're more than welcome to use this cave for metal as well as cotton run or keratin run. I did find that some of the dinos on here do carry a lot, and as long as you have a mount that can actually take the weight, then you can leave the cave with the resources that you need since you're already down there. And I also found 3 different explorer nodes in this cave. So if you just happen to be in this cave and you have the time to, or you want to come back in after you clear it, then I did get like I believe it was 2 or 3 levels that I actually got from finding those explorer nodes. And it's like on top of, you know, already the XP of killing, the XP of the stew of endurance, as well as the notes, the dossier notes, then overall I can say that I got about 3 to 5 levels. It's just a cave run. I did find that some caves do have explorer nodes in them, so you have to be a little bit mindful of those if you can actually find them and, you know, find them and get that XP. I do know there's achievement for, like, I think it's 30% of the explorer nodes, 40, 50, or something like that. And this is one way to get them while you do the cave runs. Just be vigilant for any explorer nodes that you might find in the way, so that way you can, you know, level up at the same time. And with this cave having so many titanoboas, I did find that you can get their venom, which you will need to summon some of the guardians and stuff. So again, doing the caves, it becomes very helpful, especially with resources and finding the requirements for spawning. The requirements for, you know, going to the boss fights and stuff like that. If you haven't already looked it up or anything, each cave has, you know, different artifacts, and those artifacts are used to fight the guardians. And each guardian, depending on, I believe it's gamma, beta, and alpha levels, then each of them have different requirements. Some of them want you to have, like, you know, Titanoboa venom, Argentavis claws, Rex's, you know, arms, you know, just the trophies that you get from them. So just as a heads up, if you can take stuff from the cave after your kills, then go for it, because it does make it a lot easier, and you don't have to go and find them in other places. Here in this cave, there's so many Titanoboas, that means you can get so much venom from them. Again, this cave can be done really fast. However, it does take some time at the beginning to do everything, but since I've already cleared it and made it so much easier, you can't have, I mean, if you want to have 6 artifacts of the hunter, then go for it, just because, like I said, each guardian, each obelisk has its own requirements. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and stay tuned for the next cave run.